All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Unraveling the Darkness. Tonight, we've got proof that investigating the unknown doesn't always have to be all shadows and whispers. Joining us tonight is a group that combines a love for the hunt with a passion for good food and great spirits, literally. Please welcome the guys from Booze, Brews, and BBQ. We're going to dive into their favorite haunts, their most chilling evidence, and maybe find out what pairs best with paranormal investigation. Tonight on Unraveling the Darkness. You're muted, buddy.
Howdy.
Howdy. How's it going, man?
I'm looking like, where? So it's been a couple of weeks. Like, we didn't do anything over the holiday season. Hope everyone had a good holiday.
Yeah, I had to break down my camera and all that for our investigation out in Elk Mountain. Got everything set back up today. So,
yeah, Christmas happened. And then the next day we traveled over to Elk Mountain and did a weekend investigation, just the four of us in a 12-room hotel. And it was nice.
That was pretty cool having a whole hotel to, check out and roam around. Weather could have been better. We almost got blizzard in, but
well, and coming home, hour and a half drive took about 2.25, ground blizzard and high winds and trailers tipping over. And
yeah, it was an adventure, man.
Yeah. So we did our little Christmas party that we have, and that went pretty good and had a good night and got to see everyone, the same week. And now we're back.
We are back, and Scott and Kim both say hi.
Yep. I know they were going to be sure they were over here. We're going to talk a little bit about them as well. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm excited for tonight. It covers a couple of things that I like. Of course, booze and
barbecue.
Who doesn't love barbecue?
Oh,
yeah. Right? So let's bring them on in. Hey guys,
what's going on?
Not too much. How y'all doing tonight?
Very good.
Yeah, good.
I'm jealous of Barry. He's outside, getting to to do it from outside.
Welcome to Florida, my friends. Welcome to Florida.
I would love to be there right now.
Yes.
Yeah, much warmer than we are.
Yeah, it's actually been an unusually warm week because I live in North Florida where it can get cold sometimes. It was in the 40s last week, but which isn't cold for you guys, but for us it's cold. But it's been in the upper 70s. It's been really nice this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I get older, anything below like 60 is just too cold anymore, I think.
Yeah, that happens with age. That's what all these grays tell you.
Yep. Yeah. They're starting.
I actually dye mine, so like it's like an aesthetic look I like.
Yeah, he's trying to keep up with me. He's trying to make me feel good.
Yeah. I like the cold. I'm from born and raised in Massachusetts. I'll shovel snow shirtless and shorts, and I absolutely adore the cold. So
yeah, see, I used to be like that. I was born and raised in Vermont, and so same thing. Yeah, and but you move out to Wyoming, it's a different kind of cold out here because then you're getting like 0, -10, and then you've got the 50-mile-an-hour wind on top of it, so it drops that really quick.
I love Wyoming. Absolutely love it.
It's beautiful in the summer and the spring and the fall, but horrible in the winter. So we were talking a little bit before the show about the common interests of you guys, booze, brews, and barbecue. And then everyone kind of has a specialty. Barry, what's your specialty?
I'd say mine is twofold. I'm definitely a beer guy, which is the brews part of our show. I grew up brewing beer with my father very early on, beer and wine, and just having an affection for beer. I love trying different things and the culture behind it, and the history behind it. So I've always studied that, and I homebrew still to this day when I have the time with my touring schedule. And then on top of that, the paranormal has always been a thing. And that probably started for me back in, I'd say, the high school days, which, dating myself, which would have been the early 90s, and through college. And, you know, of course, when the shows started coming on, the early Ghost Adventures and things of that nature, Ghost Hunters, which was the OG, and all those types of things, I enjoyed watching those. But even before that, going to the library, which kids these days don't do anymore because they don't have to, but finding a book on ghost stories and things of that nature, it's always been fascinating to me. And I had my grandmother on my father's side. She was from New Orleans, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi area, and she had the gift of gab. She was a great storyteller, but she'd always tell us about these haunted rooms, the haunted room in her house, and it was all BS, but the stories just latched onto you. So for me, it's the storytelling turned into the interest in the paranormal, the unexplained, and then the science, pseudoscience behind it, but trying to just see, what is this? What are we all experiencing that is a full thing for everyone around the world that we still don't have an answer to, and trying to experience it in a fun way that, at least with our show, showcases the city and it's a destination thing, and it's not taking ourselves too seriously.
Right. I think that's something that more people need to understand and not take themselves so seriously as well. We are all trying to find an answer to something. That's why we all do this, right?
Correct.
But you don't have to be like, and just, have some fun with it.
Yeah, have fun with it. We find, so we get some of the best activity when we're just sitting around bullshitting. We'll go from asking questions to, talking. Oh yeah, I remember that pizza place we went and hit, at the little bar in town, right? And then next thing you know, things start popping off. It's like,
absolutely.
We filmed an episode in Montgomery, Texas. It's this consignment shop, and it was pretty quiet. I mean, there's some stuff happening, but it wasn't until we walk upstairs, and then I put on, they had these mannequins, like all the Victorian outfits. And obviously I put this woman's hat on, and I'm doing the investigation with this Victorian hat with like a little fabric hanging off my face. And so it's just like, we're serious, but we're also having like fun with it. Like not everything has to be a demon, but you also have to be your human self in these situations. And like, it's so for us that we're really striving for like that, really the community connection, but also being ourselves in situations that we might not have any control over. And so it's been an absolute blast.
Right. So John, your specialties in the three: booze, brews, barbecue.
Well, Ty's not here. He's definitely the barbecue guy.
Right.
He can
Ty's
talk
going to
more
be a
about,
little late, so we will talk to him too.
He's definitely the barbecue guy. Interesting with me, I mean, obviously the booze aspect, the beer drinking. I didn't drink till I was 21, but when I did, I caught up with all my friends
rapidly.
Yeah, rapidly. But for me, it's a connection to the paranormal. I have a huge history. I love history. And growing up in Massachusetts with the Revolutionary War and stuff, and being near Concord, Mass, and all this stuff. It's like growing up, like my parents would always take me to these places that these battles happened, or a place like Gettysburg. And so I've always been drawn into like the history and the sacrifice for the men and women that died in these things. And as I got older, like Barry, you start watching these television shows, and the ones that really hammered home like the history of the stuff is what I kind of resonated with. And I kind of grew into the love of like, well, these ghosts and the stuff like that, like how is the connection between the history and these spirits, and why are they there and stuff like that. And so obviously with the show, not only have I've like jumped in further down the rabbit hole with the paranormal, but I can still drink beer with my friends, and also learned how to barbecue, because I wasn't a smoker or a barbecue type person before the show. I ate a ton of it, but learning like with Ty and obviously with Barry, like different techniques and smoking and what pellet grills work versus gas versus open flame. And so all this stuff where it's like, for me, it's like a journey I'm on that I get to learn every day. And that's really the fun of it.
Yeah, Boston's not known for their barbecue. Seafood, yes. Barbecue, no.
Seafood, yes, not barbecue. Got to go a little further south. Yep.
Yeah. Or come out west even,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City, all these different places, all the different styles.
Yeah. And so like one of the things we do on the show, like we'll go to a local barbecue joint, like a mom and pop place, and they'll have all these crazy techniques where we were in, I think, Bowling Green, and they cook this pork a special way where, knowing Ty and Barry, they're big into the barbecue and cooking, seeing them amazed at how they did this was kind of cool to me, because it's like now they're learning too something that they're pretty confident in themselves. And so again, that just happens with even the breweries and stuff, where you think you know how they make an IPA, and then every place is different. And so we love building those relationships with these small places, and like understanding like where they came from, their history, and learning what they do. It's been a real blast.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, Monroe County Barbecue, which is a Kentucky style pork barbecue, unlike anything you've ever had.
Yeah, and the place was called BBQ. Smoky's Barbecue is what it was called. It was just amazing, because it's like you walk in there with, they're going to be smoking pork, and it's like you have no idea when you walk in there what you're seeing. You're just like, oh my God, this is genius. So it's like stuff like that, which is just super rad.
Right. And then, so you go to these places, you have a good meal, and then go find a place to investigate. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So we'll go to a location. We'll pick like a central city. And then if we can find the paranormal location or the barbecue spot, that's where we can kind of base the episode around, because we can find a brewery anywhere, especially these markets. And then a lot of like when we're doing the paranormal stuff, it's like one of those things they never show on shows is like these people have to be eating and drinking. Like, I understand if you're not getting like obviously trashed and hammered and stumbling around, but you never see them eat. And so one of the things we like to showcase is we're at Octagon Hall in Bowling Green, Kentucky, super haunted place. And here we are, we have a Rectex smoker cooking steaks and shishito peppers. And so it's like, we like to combine all three aspects together organically, where we'll go to a barbecue spot or a local brewery. We'll learn about all their stuff, but they also have local legends and ghost tales they've heard, or their location might have had a ghost situation. And so it ties it around perfectly, where, again, we do these events that happen in these cities where all three facets come together and just break bread together. The paranormal people own the place, the barbecue people, the beer people, everyone gets along so well. And we just kind of luck out by just jump in there and just kind of like get to know them. But yeah, it's such a, like when we debrief or we're in our Airbnbs and stuff, as we kind of talk about, we film ourselves talking about the day, we're drinking a Guinness. I mean, that's usually our drink of choice. And but we're kind of like talking about what we experienced, going over some footage. It's just organically us drinking beer, talking about this stuff, or eating late night barbecue. So it's fun how it all kind of connected together like that.
Yeah, and it's strange too. I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Aaron.
You're good.
It's strange too that in quite a few days. So we're just filmed our 8th episode. We want 10 before we release the full series on whatever platform that's going to be. That's still to be determined. But getting back to the point was, we go to these places, and then you come find out that the Airbnb or the VRBO that we're staying in somehow has more activity than the place that we're hunting. And that's been a joy, because we pick them because of the look, the aesthetic, and it might look cool on camera, and it's got enough rooms for all of us, which is, the three of us, myself, John, and Ty, plus 2 camera guys, and maybe a guest or 2. That's kind of what we limit it to. And, going back to the filming of everything is we will never script anything. That's why we probably will never be picked up by Travel Channel or Discovery or whatever, because there will be no scripts. We're going in full bore, just ourselves.
Good.
I don't need an Apple box. I know I'm short. I'm cool with it. So, what's cool is you run across these occasions where we're in, again, Bowling Green, Kentucky, or Memphis, Tennessee, where the VRBO probably was a little more active or a little more haunting, maybe not haunted, but haunting than the place we're actually trying to go.
Right. No, we understand. We spent 3 nights in, Yates
Little
Center,
town in
Kansas.
Yates Center.
Like 1,300 people. And we got an Airbnb. It was like this old house in town. And more activity in that than we had where we rented to go investigate.
Yeah,
so we
crazy.
Totally understand that. Yeah, it's really cool. More history in that building than the other one. Like the local judge from 1800 to 1920 owned it, and then his secretary bought it. And like just a cool, you never know where you're going to run into that stuff. Right.
Right.
So
we were when we stayed at this Airbnb in Memphis, that's where Zach, the guitar player in Shinedown, lives, his family's from, and everything like that. And we're staying there, and we're getting crazy spirit box sessions, just stuff moving around. We're hearing crazy knocks. And it wasn't until like a couple weeks later we see Zach's mom backstage at a show, and she's like, "Where'd you guys stay at the Airbnb?" Because she loves fan of the paranormal. We want to get her on an episode, but she'll never jump on camera. She hates that aspect of it. But we're telling her where,
and she's a character.
Yeah, she's amazing. And we're telling her where she stayed. She's like, "That house?" And we're like, "Yeah." She goes, "That place is effed. Like that place has so much dark energy. It's in a bad part of town." And here we are just picking it because it's got a cool kitchen. The lighting's cool. And it was one of the most surreal experiences. That episode, we actually had Dave Spinks with us. And we're going through old footage from the previous episode, and then we set up a box on the kitchen table, and this thing is like saying stuff like on command and reacting on command and saying names and stuff, where it's just like, it was just awesome because we weren't, I think when you jump into like we did, you think that every haunted location based on other people's experiences would be haunted. But when you go into a location not looking for ghosts or trying to dig into that stuff, and we find it like that, that for me is the joy of this, because it's like, I don't know. It was just a wild vibe. It's been every Airbnb we've been in, and a couple of them have been across the street from a cemetery and stuff like that. So obviously, the optics, maybe a ghost could flow through there. But it's just wild because as soon as we start filming, as soon as we start landing boots on the ground location, we start filming stuff, and the whole trip, we've had wild experiences at restaurants with like weird smoke flames appearing and stuff like that, or it's just like, I don't know. We joke about it, like we think all three of us get together, like the energy. And I don't know if you guys can talk to this, if you hunted enough together, where the people you're with, they have formed some sort of a kinetic energy where it like the energy, the forces or spirits, whatever you want to call them, they react to that because they I don't know if they sense like, it's not because we're not skeptics or we don't care. We're full believers. We're just who we are, and we're not there to be like malicious or. Like we're just there to try to get answers and try to learn. And so I don't know, like maybe you guys can talk about like that, how vital it is to be like with the right group of people. Because we've done stuff with guests and little segments and stuff where that person's distracted by a cell phone call, or I don't know why they had their phone on to begin with, or other stuff going on where it's like you could, when you were filming, doing this stuff, you can look at me, Barry, and Ty, and we're locked in. Same with our camera guys, Josh, Carter, whoever it could be. We're locked in. And so sometimes when you do this stuff with people that are appreciative and want to learn, they're not like really there. And so like, it's so tough to like all be on the same page when you do this stuff.
Right. Our group is it's my wife and I and Jason, and then Michelle. We've all had everyone on here. Everyone that watches knows our people. But yeah, it's definitely like just regular everyday stuff, the synchronicities that we have. Like I'll be picking up the phone to text Jason, and there will be a text come through from him, or
all the time. Yeah.
The best is we do a double Estes method. So we put two people under at the same time, and Gina and Jason are like this magnet and just pull them in. Michelle and I can go under, Gina and I can go under. It's not the same. Like those two, it is something. And it's that the team that you have and that cohesiveness that you get.
It's interesting when that happens, when it's like you're not in the same room together. Like today, last night I was doom scrolling, looking up like gyro recipes and all this stuff. Like, oh man, it'd be cool to film a gyro barbecue segment like our style.
Sorry.
And then Barry texts us and goes, "Oh, I made gyros last night." So it's like stuff like that where it's like it happens so often with us where even when we're not together physically, we're always on the same page. It's only getting stronger the more we film together, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, the synchronicities start appearing, and it's just so weird how everyone starts meshing. And I don't know if that kind of goes into like the belief behind like auras, right? And you all kind of strengthen each other and put out those good vibes, which make the spirits want to talk back to you. Something like that. But yeah, it's interesting. We investigate a place that I've been investigating for 20 years, and getting completely different stuff since I've joined Way Out West Paranormal, and we started investigating as a team there. So I think you're spot on with that, John.
Yeah.
Hi, Ty.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Sorry I'm late. I'm stopped up the toilet again, so.
Yeah, no worries, man.
That's not true. Family first always.
How long have you been together as a group? Ty, let's have you answer. How long you all been together as a group?
Oh yeah, that's a good story.
Last November, so a little over a year.
Yeah.
But tell them how we met, Ty, or how we settled on you.
Settled.
Well, can we just kind of do this first? We know Barry is the drummer for Shinedown. We all have heard everything. It's great. Like, you guys are awesome. Okay. Now
Thanks.
it's out of the way. John, you are the security director for them.
Yes.
Okay. So you two have known each other for a while, obviously. Ty, how do you come in?
I have no idea. I really have no idea. Apparently they like my pulled pork and ribs, so that's why I'm here.
That's a damn good reason. Yeah.
That's not true. So Zach, our guitar player, is also a barbecue guy. He grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. He's from Memphis. Can make some mean barbecue, actually. Though I tease him a lot because he's my little brother. He's younger than me. He can make some mean barbecue. Somehow between him and social media and everything else, Ty was invited to come out and hang out with us on a show day, and not the best weather conditions. And our grill was pretty dirty at the time, but he came out and cooked for us anyway. And in him cooking for us, which the food was great and delicious and everything else, because Ty does a lot of online cooking, everything else. He's also our head of film, because that's his background is film. He lives in Texas now, but he grew up in LA. He's got a very huge background of film. Yes, I'm talking about you, Ty, because I know you won't talk about yourself.
Yeah.
So he comes out and cooks for us and Shinedown at a show. And we just hit it off. And John and I John had kind of come up with this initial idea, and then John and I talked about it over a beer at a bar while we were on tour. And we both looked at each other and said, Ty's the guy. And just because we get along, we really enjoy being around each other. We don't annoy each other. And when we get together, like I said before, Ty got on, there's just a chemistry here that's fun, and it's not put on, you know?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh gosh. Where are some of you told us about Bowling Green, Kentucky. Where are some of the other places you guys have filmed and we can look forward to seeing in the future?
The episodes we filmed at were, I'll go in order: Fort Worth, Memphis, Charleston, Norfolk, Montgomery, Texas.
Yep.
Then we did what was after Norfolk?
Bowling Green was
after Charleston. Norfolk, Jim Thorpe.
Oh, Jim Thorpe, yes.
Jim Thorpe, PA. And then end of this month, we're actually filming 2 episodes because we're doing 2 haunted locations and a bunch of stuff in Massachusetts. So Fall River at the Lizzie Borden house.
Right.
And then Gardner, Mass at the S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion.
Nice. Yeah, the Lizzie Borden one, you guys have sold that out. I saw just a little bit ago. We saw that it was sold out.
Yeah.
So we're doing a haunted dinner, murder mystery dinner, followed by a ghost hunt. The dinner sold out in a couple of minutes, and then we're opening up some slots for people to ghost hunt with us for a couple hours after the dinner, just to kind of. I think it'll be fun. It's the first time we've interacted with a crowd that way in terms of like the paranormal space. But we have Horn Paranormal with us, Kim and Scott, who we lean on for a lot of our gear advice and the questions about a lot of devices and all that stuff. And so they'll be with us the whole week filming and stuff. And we're releasing a collaborative REM pod with them. And it'll be cool to interact with them and the people that have questions about paranormal and ghost hunting. Kim and Scott will be able to answer a lot more questions than we can in terms of like gear and why certain technology doesn't work here, radio frequency, and all like the crazy nitpicky stuff that I don't really understand. I'm glad they're there to help dissect that for people. Well, it'll be just kind of cool to because I want to see how people's energies are, or we talked about the auras and stuff like that, those situations, and obviously a location that has a lot of history and a lot of people have experienced stuff there. And so, yeah, it'll be fun to do that.
All right. People who watch our show obviously know the Horns. They were our very first guests, and they were just on our 1-year anniversary show, and we love them. Super awesome people.
They're great.
Yes.
In fact, they did something as part of your book club box. Is that correct? I remember seeing something in the book club box from
Yeah.
them.
So
let's talk about the book club.
Yeah. So the book club box is just, I started doing these book club boxes for my podcast, Spear Talk. And I basically curate a box every 4 months where, based on guests or subject matter, anything from wildlife conservation to a thriller book to you name it, whatever I cover in my episodes, I basically curate a box and we kind of put in like different stuff like beer koozies or like bottle openers, like just different knickknacks like that. And people have really had a blast with it. And then I approached Ty and Barry and was like, hey, we should curate our own book club box every year where we kind of build upon every year. And so this box this year had a cookbook where you can kind of log in recipes. It had a paranormal notebook where date, time, temperature, all the stuff, the note-taking stuff we do for someone. It had a book on the history of haunted dolls. Like, what's that one down in Florida? Robert the Dolls, Annabelle. So a book on that. And then the history of Guinness, filled with Ty's rub, one of his rub things, like keychains, side pictures, stuff like that. We just kind of curate a thing where people could enjoy it. And so the next box that comes out next this year will have a build upon that stuff. So hopefully as people partake in that, they bring their notebooks to the ghost hunts with us and stuff like that and like learn how to like start tracking this stuff and like appreciating this type of stuff we're doing. And so it's it's just one of those fun things. And like obviously moving forward with that with Horror and Paranormal, back to your question, like we'll do like a cool thing. One of the things they did add to the box this year, they made us like a poker chip with our logo, their logo, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's one of those things where again we're just gonna grow the community we can with curating it how we think people. Yeah. And so
down there.
Yeah, right there. Poker.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's nice.
Man, I tell you, Scott cranks out some awesome stuff on that 3D printer, man. He spends so much time designing and tweaking. Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't even understand the technology of 3D printing. Like, it just boggles my mind. You could just program something and it just does it.
Yeah.
Yep. I just send it to my printer, and then in hours later, it's done. Yep, in 3D.
It's crazy. Yeah. So we have a
the new Ouija board that they're doing is really cool.
And the
Ouija board,
the houses, the buildings that he makes, and he gets each. Gosh, Scott, you're over here. You're amazing at that stuff. It's really cool to see some of that and the technology that you're putting inside of it.
Yeah, and we've got some cool stuff coming with them. We can't really say yet, and it's just fun collaborating with them because they're like-minded people. Where we have fun with it, and their goal too is to have fun and learn. And we always joke where it's like this paranormal space, and you guys can probably attest to this when you guys do like your conventions and work with other people and stuff, where you're just like, there's so much pretentiousness and ego in this field where at the end of the day, like
I wish John would lose his ego.
I'm going to be, what I was going to say, we all have an ego.
Won't stop talking, for God's sake.
But I don't, screw it. I'm not going to say it.
What should you say? You egomaniac.
I'm done.
Are you the one they pick on?
They try to pick on me, but since I'm bigger, I don't really let it bother me.
Yeah, it's typically me that they pick on.
There's always one.
It's me.
I get called the old guy all the time, so
it's actually all three of us.
Ty is the guy after we've been drinking all ghost hunting. He will go up to bed at like 2 a.m. and we'll start watching Cops with the lights on,
100%,
and just try to sleep while we're downstairs causing chaos. And it's like
100%.
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah, but then we'll be up drinking super late. We'll wake up to Ty ironing his dress shirts for the ghost hunt. So it's like we can't have it.
Got to look good, right?
You don't want wrinkles.
So with the 8 or 10 places you're now investigating, my question is going to be for each of you, what place has been your favorite place to investigate so far? Or not even what's going to be in your episodes if you have somewhere.
Ty?
Barry?
Oh, yeah, I'll go. 2-part answer. Probably the place I enjoyed the most with the ones we've done so far, and it maybe not the most active was Miss Molly's, because that was the first one we did. And the three of us being so new to each other and new to how we were going to format this and how we were going to do it. I have a history of doing paranormal investigations, but doing it on camera and doing it with these guys was like, what are we doing? And everything that could go wrong went wrong in the best way possible. So that's probably my favorite that we've done so far. The one I'm looking most forward to is when we finally get here in Florida, North Florida. I'd really want to get into St. Augustine, though it's, that obviously it's the oldest city in the country.
Yep.
But there's a lot there that hasn't been tapped into. There's been a lot that's been tapped into, but there's a lot that hasn't been. So I look forward to that. And honestly, anytime I get to spend the time outside of shine down my quote unquote real job and spend time with these guys, it's a lot of fun, and it's a passion project, which makes it a really happy place for me.
Nice. Ty, how about you?
I'm gonna piggyback on Miss Molly's too, for the same reasons. That was the first time we all got together and kind of did this thing. So I feel like we kind of figured it out, and we're still working on it and figuring it out as we go. And each one is different. And Miss Molly's would be number one. I think the next one after that would be Octagon Hall. That was a trip. I think everything happened in that place.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
All of it happened. So that was pretty fun. I don't know if that one was fun, but
It was fun.
it was kind of fun.
Kind of spoils you when you go somewhere else and you're just waiting for, more to happen when you have a
Yep.
place like that, though.
Yeah, if you guys have a chance to go to Octagon Hall, please go. Not only is the history there unbelievable, but it's a special place.
And Beth, the caretaker there, is salt of the earth. Super awesome.
So, John,
I mean, I think it's safe to say Miss Molly's and Octagon Hall, but deep down, I had the most fun in Memphis for the sheer fact that the amount of inside jokes we had that came from that. And here's the other thing too that you'll see in the episode. We were there. The roads shut down because there was a snowstorm that came through in the middle. What was it? January, February, whatever.
Yeah.
And it like everything got shut down. So we're like literally inside this haunted location, Ernstine Hazel's.
Pouring
And
snow.
right. And we had
Which
Memphis.
doesn't happen in Memphis.
No. And so it was super weird vibe. Stuff happened when we walked in without us even recording yet. But like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of, that's where I think we first clicked. We got the first one out of the way, and we kind of like started realizing how our humor could organically play into the episodes. Yeah, I would say Memphis, but I mean, I love them all for different reasons. Different episodes have different guests and different personalities. Like Brian from Rockfeed and in Norfolk was a blast. Just seeing him so excited reacting to a REM pod hit during a session that was like crazy. And so it's like seeing people excited with that stuff. Yeah, for me, I'd say Memphis.
And this is for the comment of everyone that's on Facebook saying I'm going to be the scared one. I cannot wait to post this reel tomorrow of John pushing me down the stairs, running.
Full bore.
Yeah. Norfolk was fun. That was, yeah. I mean, but like Ty said, we like two of us have been scratched. There's been some crazy stuff that's happened that we tried. One of the cool things to us, like we're trying to be like, we first start the episode, we're like, well, maybe because we had our phones on, so put the phones in airplane mode to shut them off, or is this gear affecting this gear if it's a camera or like a voice thing, or so it's like as we go through the episodes, we're getting better and better at like decluttering the old chaos. We're always trying to figure out the unknown, so why make it worse with our own absentees or just whatever our mistakes. And so again, it's yeah, it's funny because it's like we all react differently to different stuff. And it's like when you don't know what's behind you or there's something there, like how do you like for me, I'd rather be in a situation where I'm face to face with a human being and I got to fight my way through that person. But when you have to deal with something like a door opening behind you and I have to push Ty out of the way and he breaks his ankle, like I'm going to do it because I don't know what's coming after me.
I think, we've been filming for a couple of years now, and we learn something new every time. And every location isn't the same. So you're trying to change stuff and you're trying to get a different look, or you're trying to figure out how to film what's going on. It's pretty tough. I don't think everyone realizes what it takes to do that and catch stuff too.
Yeah, it's hard to film something you can't see, and then trying to time, getting shots of the people investigating, going over to, equipment going off and making that cohesive, right?
And I think
its own set of challenges.
You almost have to think about it in the way too. It's like if you were going to somebody's house, how do those people react to you when, unlike going to someone else's house, how do they react? You know what I mean? And like the jail was different. Like nothing really happened until it happened when we were in Jim Thorpe. And I think each place has its own way of kind of showing you what's there.
Like how often, like for a question for Jason, Aaron, like how often do you guys do an investigation? You're like, I didn't capture. Can we swear on here?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, cool. Like if you guys do an investigation, you're like, man, we didn't capture shit. But then you go back, listen to the footage, and you hear stuff. Like, how often does it happen with you guys? Because sometimes we leave location, like we didn't capture it, and then Ty will go through the editing, like, holy crap, guys, like this actually said this, or like how often do you guys have to deal with that?
Yeah, I think you're doing that everywhere. I'm giving Jason a lot of the footage, but I'm still going through like audio recorders and stuff like that. This one that we just did, we talked about at the beginning. We spent Christmas weekend an hour and a half away. We had 12-room hotel to ourselves, left audio recorders going all night. So now it's like going through and then you're like, ooh, was that me snoring or was that, something? So.
And a big thing we've had to do for the places we have to travel to, which is a lot because there's not a whole lot out here in Cheyenne. Like everything's at least 6 hours away for us for the most part. So we've started doing 2 nights because we take really the first night's kind of exploratory, right? Just kind of getting the feel of it. And then the second night we can kind of start going in with those, more pointed questions or techniques or something like that. And the 2 nights has worked out really well.
So how do you guys delineate between your group who looks at what? Whether I'm the video guy, I'm looking at the video, I'm the audio guy, I'm looking at the audio, I'm the person going over everything else, because I think that's something I say this we struggle with, because Ty takes a brunt of a lot of it because one, he's good at it and understands video and audio and stuff like that, and I understand audio. But how do you guys divide that amongst yourselves to conquer it in the best way?
We're kind of the same way right now. We'd like to spread that out, and get everyone to do something. Of course, we're all working 40-hour-a-week jobs just like everyone else. I mean, this isn't what we do. Right. So Jason has really, dove into the video editing part of it. So he's getting hours and hours of footage from 4, 5, 6 cameras, from static cameras to the ones, we're taking with us. And then also adjusting that audio as he goes through there, where I really like EVPs, and I'm really an audio guy too. Grew up being a DJ at a roller rink and this kind of stuff. And so, I like sitting and listening to those hours, but now it's hours,
right.
So it's something we're still dealing with, even as a group, a few years old, 2020. But it's still something that we still have a hard time trying to split up. That's how it is.
Well, and it's hard because, as everyone, here knows, but I mean, you've got a 10-hour investigation, and say maybe 3 audio recorders sent out. That's 30 hours audio you're now going through. It's not, that takes a lot of time. I've tried some programming stuff to go through and, do it programmatically. And I've had some luck with video, nothing with audio yet, but, trying things like that to kind of automate the process a little bit and give me like timestamps to go look at. But yeah, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So have you incorporated AI in any of it? Like, okay, I'm going to take this audio, I'm going to put it into AI and say, hey, can you find any voice anomalies that aren't the 4 voices in the room?
Yeah, that's one of my next projects I'm going to dive into. So right now it's just straight Python. So just, using libraries, no AI, and just, looking at light levels in the video, right? To tell me if a REM pod goes off when we're not in the room, or a cat ball, it can see the difference in light in that frame. But yeah, AI is something I want to dive into and try to do that. I don't think it should be too bad either, since I have, hundreds of hours of voice samples from everybody. So should be able to train that pretty easy.
AI would definitely help, cut down that time. Yeah.
And see, my thing with it too is, once I get this stuff ironed out, I plan on just like throwing it up on GitHub, open source to the community, and hopefully have it packaged in a way anybody can download it and, run it on a laptop, or eventually maybe a cell phone, but that's way further down the line.
Yeah.
Mm.
I saw Kim over here in the comments.
Hi, Kim.
She said, talk about your museum, guys. Is that something in the works that you can talk about?
So, I mean, I'll say this part, and then Ty can kind of jump in here. So one of the things it started with me and Barry, like we want to start looking for like haunted objects so we can kind of like bring home, curate. So I've got like 5 or 6 dolls. I got a marionette. I just picked up 2 more items this past weekend in a consignment shop. Barry's got a ton of stuff. He actually has collected a lot of this stuff that he could touch upon. And then we're trying to get Ty to do all this other stuff with us, but obviously he can't really do that because his wife won't let him, and for obvious reasons. But so we have this idea where we're going to curate all these things. I started doing the doll stuff just to practice the spirit box, dowsing rods, because a lot of this gear, you get comfortable with the spirit box, you get comfortable with the REM pods, and that type of, like the music boxes. Like I understand that, but when it comes like to dowsing rods and stuff like that, like I don't have the confidence to trust using them because I don't trust myself not to move them myself. And so I'll try. My goal was to get these objects just to practice stuff in my house. And then as I started documenting this stuff, a couple of my items are super messed up. Like I can put a spirit box in my room, walk in, and then within 2 seconds, still to this day, I'll get a Hey John off this one marionette doll I have. And it's the weirdest thing because it's like it knows where it is. And so super creepy. And then we start buying these dolls. And then one night, I don't know if it's Liquid Courage or whatever, Ty texts us going, fuck it, I'm getting a doll. And so he's like, how about this one? I go, no, that's too weak. Get this one. We find it on this Etsy shop that kind of breaks down like the stuff that's been done to it, the history they've got from it, and whatever. And so I'll have Ty finish the story, but in that part of it, the larger scale, one day we want to open a museum or like a haunted Airbnb type thing where people can go and do their type of things with like, whether it's spirit box, dowsing rods, REM pods, whatever it is, and just have people kind of like partake in a location that might not be haunted, but the objects inside, the energies kind of pull off that.
Haunted Airbnb would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's like we have to look at like the insurance purposes of it, because again, you can't really, if something latches onto someone or they're a huge pussy, like I don't want the responsibility. I don't want that responsibility, but also there's some items that have to be inside a glass case.
Right.
Or oddly enough, Ty's been collecting dirt from super messed up historical places where stuff has happened, and he's getting reaction from just a cup of dirt. And so,
Aaron, are you pointing to Jason or
Aaron? I'm pointing to like the shelf.
Got it.
We're doing the same thing. Like we get dirt. This right here is probably the coolest thing. I'm going to roll back here and grab it real quick.
Yeah, we got this at Dumas Brothel.
This is from Butte, Montana. It was a brothel from 1890 to 1982. She got more time for tax evasion because they weren't paying taxes as a brothel than she did for killing her husband.
Yep.
So there's cases of this in the back, and there's a few downstairs, but this is prohibition liquor.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
So we finished up our investigation, and I messaged the guy the next day, and I was like, hey, would you be interested in selling? And he's like, yeah, here's the door code. Leave the money here. I was like, cool.
Sweet. Yeah. So we went and got some prohibition liquor.
Yeah.
Did you drink any of
Tasted
it?
No,
No.
it's sealed, and it's actually like on the side. It was
A
kind
lot of sediment and
separated,
stuff like
and it
that.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, that's the good
so
part.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
had
And it
different
lived through a
labels.
flood.
And this
Um,
one was lacquer
I drink it.
polish, but there was like car polish.
Car
It's all the
polish, yep.
same bottles, all the same type label, just different polishes. So,
But
yeah,
yeah,
we're doing
it's
the same
been
thing. We got-
sitting in 100+ degree heat in the summer. It lived through a couple floods when the basement flooded, and yeah.
Oh, that tastes like
think
victory.
yeah, right.
So Ty, you bought a doll.
I was hoping we weren't going to do this, but I bought the doll.
We're not
and
missing out.
the doll got here, and how did so the doll got here. I opened the doll, and I didn't know it was a doll. It was during Christmas, so we had gifts come. I had boxes coming, so I thought it was gifts. So I opened it up, and I saw the hair sticking out, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I didn't want to bring it in the house, so I took the EMF reader that I have here. I put it right next to the box. I held it there, and that sucker went red, and it would stay red. And then I was like, "Okay, it's gone." So I took the box, put it out in the shed. And then I sent the picture to John, and then John posted it. And then Christy saw the picture. And boy,
Christy being his wife.
Christy being my wife, and whew, she lit me up pretty good because that was her one rule is do not have a doll here. Like I can collect other stuff, but do not have a doll here. She doesn't like the dolls. So immediately shipped it to Barry the very next day. So Barry has Tobias.
I have Tobias. He is safely in my drum studio. If you guys
Nice.
want, I can go grab Tobias so you can see him if you want.
Yeah,
We'd
let's
love
see
to
him.
see him.
Yeah, let me go grab him. Give me a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So John, while Barry's stepping away, I know you said, you've bought some on Etsy where they kind of tell you, the research they've done on this doll and give you a little background. Have you gotten any, without like the research being done, how do you feel out buying something?
So this I bought this Harlequin doll. I was in this consignment shop, just opened up by me, and like I'm walking around. It's got a bunch of like the penny candy type stuff, and then people's like handmade soaps. But they've also got like estate sale stuff. So I'm going around this corner, and I from my peripheral, I feel like I have to turn my head. Like I don't see anything or like a shadow or anything, but I feel like I turn my head. As soon as I turn my head at the top of the stairs, I just see the top of this Harlequin doll.
It was a shirtless man going, "Hey, John."
Yeah. He wants a Slim Jim.
Over
And
here. Yeah.
So I walk up there, I look at it, I'm like, I need to get this. I just had a vibe with it. And so I had a vibe with it. I bring it home. We start researching where it was made, and like what company. The Barry starts logging the details. I do a spirit box session. It would right off the rip. This thing says, "Hi, John." And it starts talking like starts answering stuff in commands, like how many fingers I'm holding up. It says it, and like all this weird stuff. And it's got like a music crank in the back of it. And so I was like, just to kind of interact with it, I'm like, "Hey, if I play your music, will that make you happy?" And it says, "Yes, please." I twist the music and it plays through. It's like a 20-second little wind up thing that plays through. And then every time I do it with that, when I play the music, it gets more active. And so I don't know what the history of it is. Like we know who made it. I'm trying to get information on the actual estate sale per se. But every time I touch this thing, I feel there's like a heaviness to it, as opposed to other items I have that are reacting, but there's almost like a happiness to it, like a happy spirit type thing. This thing is super heavy in a weird sense, because when you look at it, it's like that famous Jesus painting where the eyes can always look at you no matter what angle you're at. And so it's a great thing, but like items like that, we'd love to like display and put out there where people can do their own tests with it and just kind of just see what they feel. Like Kim and Scott, they've went through all the footage with us, and they're like just blown away by like the stuff it says that you don't miss. You miss the first time playing through, where you're like, "Oh my God, it actually said how old it is, where it's from, and then one of the times I did it, like, how do you like it staying here, or whatever, and it goes, I go, do you know where you are? And it goes, your office. It literally says your office.
Wow.
And so it's like stuff like that where it's like kind of creepy, kind of like whatever, where I kind of have to be more protective, like the salts, and like actually take this stuff seriously. But yeah, it's just, again, we're collecting these items just to kind of study, and maybe hope one day we're going to curate like a museum Airbnb type thing where people can kind of go and like appreciate this stuff.
That's super cool. Like, that had to be pretty unnerving the first time. I mean, you just pull it out and it says your name, so it had to be unnerving.
Well, it's one of those things too, because you're by yourself. Normally, when I do this stuff, I'm with Ty, Barry, 2 camera guys, a guest or 2, and but now when you're by yourself, like it always feels like there's like a heaviness as soon as I start interacting with it, because it takes like 5 or 6 minutes to kind of warm up. And then once hey, do you want to play your music? I play the music, and the thing just starts talking like crazy. Like it's to the point where it's like you're going to be shocked, because I'm going to bring it to the Massachusetts locations. You're going to be shocked when you talk this thing and it says stuff. There's not even like within seconds, maybe a minute the longest, it'll answer your question. It's the most
Fully
insane
intelligent
thing.
responses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now
that's news to us.
Now, could it be something in this house? Because I live in an 1870s Civil War house. Could it be that a spirit talking to me? But other spirit, the voice is distinct too. And so when I interact with the other objects, that voice never comes through with those other objects. It's only a very distinct voice with that object.
I think Kim is excited to see it over there.
Yeah, she can't wait. She hates that thing. She's got the worst vibes from it.
Oh, all right. Barry's back with Ty's doll.
Yeah, so this is Tobias. Tobias apparently has from the stories told, a child that drowned possessing the doll or part of the doll, that tends to be malicious, can create anger, things of that nature. Ty had experiences with this doll. I have not, though I am not very sensitive necessarily, and I also am able to put up a lot of boundaries, rules, limitations when it comes to haunted things, where Ty is learning these things. Obviously, I have more experience in it than Ty does, that kind of thing. So I brought it into my home. Haven't had too much with him, but I like to, when I get a object of this nature that has a history, to kind of put it in its case, give it boundaries, and then let it marinate for a while. I'm not going to investigate right out of the box, because it's a new home for that thing. It's a new home for me, and obviously none of us really know what this energy is. So this is Tobias. I'm being careful because he's got a glass case of emotion. This is Tobias. Obviously, he's guarded right now with a rosary, which I'll take off. Rosary's off. Put a cap all in there. It went off once for my wife when he first came here, and he actually lived out here for a minute because Ty had such an experience with him that he lived outside here on my outdoor kitchen countertop for a few days. And because I got this, thanks, Ty, right before Christmas. And so I am not bringing something into my home that can cause anger, problems, family problems, and mischief during Christmas.
Yes.
Right. So he stayed outside for a minute, but he's been relatively benign. I haven't had anything. We between the three of us, and this is another story to maybe tell on this or at a later time, there's a mimic situation that has nothing to do with this doll, but has to do with Miss Molly's and our first investigation together, that has been following at least myself and Ty, and I think John a little bit, but there's been a mimic that keeps
even in
mimicking in our house.
What was that, Ty?
That even happened in Memphis too,
and Bowling Green,
yeah.
Oh, geez.
And in my house a week
following
ago.
you around.
Happened in my house a week ago.
What?
Oh, recently?
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Tobias. He is I researched the doll, and I'm trying to remember the history on it, but he's not that old. It's porcelain, but 70s, 80s, I believe, if I remember right.
91.
Yeah, that's right. It was 91. It was purported to be 70s, but the spirit's from the 1800s. So there's a lot of iffy information on this thing.
Yeah.
that I don't necessarily believe, but its eyes are haunting.
Yes, they are.
So what'd your wife say when she was like, "Hey, Tobias," and the cat ball went off?
Yeah, so obviously he's sitting out here in the kitchen, and at this point he is just sitting under the glass by himself, no rosary, no binding or protection upon him. And my wife came out to take the dog out in the morning, and my dog is the slowest dog on the planet. It's an English bulldog. It's going to be a 20-minute excursion to take a shit. So she comes outside. She's like, "Hey, Tobias," and the cat ball that was right here in between his legs went off.
Oh,
now my wife is not part of any of this stuff. She doesn't care. She's a skeptic. She's a scientist. She cares less about this. She thinks we're a bunch of idiots. She comes in the house and goes, "Hey, I got to tell you a story." What is that thing in the thing? This is how my wife talks. The thing in the thing that lights up. I went, "That's a cat ball for cats." And she went, "Yeah, but what?" I said, "Well, you have to move it. You have to hit it to turn it off or turn it on." And that maybe got her thinking a little bit. She still doesn't care. She still doesn't. But I think that's why we've been married for almost 24 years.
nice.
What was the mimic situation you had last week? God, you're
So
selfish.
I am a selfish lover. So this is about a week ago. My wife, I love putting my wife to bed. That's just something we've always done. She goes to bed before me. I like to put my wife to bed. So she'll come out of the bathroom when she's ready for bed, and she goes pat, 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 and she pats her feet around the house, comes up to me, and I put her to bed. That's always been our thing for as long as we've been together. Pat, 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 pat is what she says, and she pats her feet around the house. So she's getting ready for bed. I'm in the guest bathroom by the front door, the little half bath or whatever, using the bathroom. And I hear her pat, 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 pat. Like, oh shit, she's ready for bed. So I come out of there and I go towards the bedroom. And I live in a relatively modest 2-story house. It's like 2,500 square feet. It's nothing big. So it's not like I'm running across the house or anything. It's a normal house. And so I hear her and I run over to the bathroom. She's still brushing her teeth.
Holy crap.
She hasn't come out of the room.
Yeah.
And she's got a loud voice. John can attest to this.
Yes.
She's not going to be subtle about anything. She's an Italian from South Florida. There is no subtlety.
Yeah.
So she's just pat, 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 pat is what I heard in my brain hole. I get into the bathroom. That wasn't her. So that was the last mimic. And this is about a week ago.
Interesting.
And you all have been
That's
having
something else.
mimic.
Go to bed,
things
Tobias.
since- Where's Miss Molly's located?
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth.
Highly recommend. It's just a cool place.
Yeah.
A lot of history. It used to be a former brothel too, so a lot of that type of like cowboy rancher type history.
Let me tell you that those are some crazy places. We did one here in Cheyenne too, and they're pretty cool to investigate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was literally the Wild West, Sodom and Gomorrah. There were no rules.
Right. Yeah.
I like it.
It's in Butte, we don't want to give too much away, but it's they had tunnels from the mine that they would come right to the brothel, and the miners are still there.
Yep.
We'll just say that, but the miners are definitely still there.
Crazy.
So it's super cool. If you guys get out west, we recommend the Dumas brothel in Butte.
Well, you should join us. That'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
that'd be
I'd drive
awesome.
it again.
Yeah.
I drive it again. Everything that we do is, like you said, 6 hours, but our big trips are always Labor Day, and we've done 10 and a half. We were looking at a 14 this coming up, but it's going to be 10 again. So yeah, nothing's super close out here. We're jealous of the guys that live back east or down south, because, the first month that we did our podcast, we were talking to people from Tennessee, and they're like, Oh man, we had to drive 2 hours to get to, and I'm just like,
It's like,
Stop.
that barely gets us to the outskirts of Denver.
So Ty, we haven't talked to you a whole lot. You're the barbecue guy, right?
Yeah, sometimes. No, I love cooking, man. Like I'm in the backyard almost every night.
Yeah. So we started out with asking, the whole group is Brews Barbecue, but Barry had said everyone does have their specialties, and they definitely push the barbecue to you. I mean, they said they like the barbecue, of course, but.
Well, Barry's a heck of a cook. He'll text us pictures of stuff that he cooks. It's like, come on, man. John's dabbling in it. He's getting there. He's got pulled pork under his belt. What else have you done, John?
I've done ribs. I've done beef brisket.
Did you do a brisket?
Yep. And I did I've done chicken. I've done not a spatchcock chicken, but I've done like put a whole roast chicken on there, like a whole chicken on there. Yeah, I did a beer can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's all stuff I learned from the show, watching Ty and Barry do this thing, where it's just like, I like the fact that it's like a process where normally growing up, like, oh, your dad would be like, oh, go cook burgers on the grill. You light up the charcoal you put the meat on there while the charcoal is still burning off the lighter fluid, and like, so you're just like whatever. But like, it's like
great taste.
I love the smell of gasoline. Yep. But like, I just love the fact that you work a lot with like rec tech and stuff where you put the thing on the thing, you have 6 to 10, 12 hours, even an overnight, if you're doing like a pulled pork thing, where it's just like, there's a lot of love and care that goes into it. You just can't you could watch a game, you could drink with your buddies, and it's still cooking. You don't have to like babysit it, but it's such a cool process to kind of like watch these guys do it. And like Ty's being super modest, but like he's a really good barbecue chef.
I enjoy cooking. It's a great escape just to go outside and, cook something and put some music on and just kind of get away from everything. But no, I really, really enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
You're being super modest, Ty.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right? I mean,
Ty's got lessons. If you follow Ty online and stuff, he does some really cool stuff. And the thing I enjoy from Ty, because both he and I love to cook and have a history of cooking, is he's willing to not only experiment with some cool stuff, but he's going to make it look really good. Every single time it's going to come off, it's going to look exactly how it should. And maybe that's because he's got the video background. Whereas I'm just going to bring it off and it's going to taste really good. My presentation is going to be shit. But
my food secretly tastes like ass.
Just wonderful.
It looks good now.
Oh, with this combination of you guys, I don't think that the food would taste that way and you'd still be around.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, any last comments that you guys want to make? We know your Salem thing's coming up, and you've sold out Lizzie Borden. Do you still have tickets? Is the other one?
So the murder mystery dinner is sold. That sold out in a couple of minutes. There's still some slots available as of an hour ago for the 2 ghost hunts afterwards in the house. The Salem event, I think there's maybe 9 or 10 tickets left to that. VIP cleared out of that.
That's for the brewery, correct?
That brewery, that's Each Regiment Brewery in Salem, where we'll be doing a Q&A. We'll be doing guest pouring the beer for people, and there's karaoke there. Like we'll have a lot of cool stuff. Like our events, like we've realized that like with us bringing the community together, that's a huge aspect of what we do. It's like we have people from other cities we've done this in. They're coming up for this event just because they know how fun the events are. And so that's awesome. A testament to our fan base and people that love just 3 dudes being themselves unapologetically at times. And I think that's our goal for our show is to do something that, sure, people have had cooking shows, they've had beer shows, they've had the paranormal shows, but combine it in a way where it doesn't feel pretentious, there's no ego, and you're going to learn something. Mm-hmm. You're going to, whether it's a historical thing or the history of location or a new way to brew beer or a new way to cook a steak or smoke a ostrich.
Or you can make fun of us, which is great.
Yeah, right. So that's the thing too. It's like we're here for the laughs, and so we're not here to replace anyone or replace anything. We're here to provide entertainment and a new outlet for people who want something different, that aren't afraid to be themselves. With, again, like Barry said at the beginning, we have no scripts. We don't tell the locals to act a certain way, what to say, how to act. When we're filming at a restaurant, we did this one thing in Bowling Green where we're hanging with John Fred from the drummer for Blackstone Cherry. We're talking about the barbecue, and Dave Spinks is there and all the stuff. And one of the workers is changing the trash bag behind us. And a normal
loudly.
So distractingly,
So
where
funny.
John, Fred, and Dave are trying to be serious, me, Ty, and Barry are laughing because it's like, how do they not hear this? Any other show would not put that out there. They'd cut that. That's part of the episode because we're humans dealing with other humans. Like we like the chaos of that. And so that's what's really fun about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got to have a good time with everything, right?
Well,
Yeah.
you can't
That's why
take
we
yourself
do-
too seriously. You cannot.
Right. You can't.
And this may be serious concepts at times.
Right.
It can be some dark things and things like that at times. But nobody on this screen or nobody watching the screen has an answer. So shut up and have fun.
Yes.
There you go. We're gonna quote you on that.
Yeah.
Please do.
Very shut up and have fun.
Yeah.
But,
Life's about
that's-
having fun. It's too short.
Hell yeah. And that's kind of why we chose to do a live show versus, a pre-recorded that gets edited down, is, just catching the honesty with people and those moments that happen through conversation. We don't want those edited out in any sort of way because, you miss out on the true spirit of things, I think, when you do that.
Agreed.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Guys, it's been super awesome having you on. We
Thank you.
will have your stuff on our page, be promoting that stuff.
Yeah.
Glad we finally got to connect and talk like this. It's been a good hour. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And like-
having us.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
and like
Yeah,
Barry
for
said,
We're looking
Oh
forward
no, I
to
was just
seeing
going to
some-
say thanks to the
video
Horns
from
for
Massachusetts.
bringing us all together too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. I know,
It wa-
John, when I reach out to you, I'm going to tell on Kim just a little bit. Kim's like, hey, John reached out to me and asked how you guys were and if you guys were all right. And I said, you suck. I was like, and she's like, no, you guys were great. Like, I was like, I knew she wouldn't.
well,
They're
it's funny
such
because,
good
again,
people.
with Scott and Kim, they've been doing this for much longer than a lot of people have. And so when people reach out to us, like, obviously we know who the Zach Baggins are or the Dave Schraders or some of these other characters. And what for us, it's like, if we're dabbling into this space, like we don't want to be, we want to work with or talk with genuine people that aren't here for an ego trip or to belittle or talk down to people. And so, like, again, when podcasts reach out or other people, hey, we'd love to film with you. It's like, well, I don't know who you are. And this isn't me saying you're a bad person, but like, I want to make sure we're not hanging out with steak oil salesmen or people that are like the reason why this whole world space sucks.
Right. Well,
Say it
No,
like
and
you
I
really mean
think-
it there, John.
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah,
there's
I think
so
I
much
think it's
drama
good
in the
betting-
paranormal field. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And I think, it's on the coast and we're on this side of the Mississippi. We did, just to throw this out there, we did a collab event where we invited 13 teams from Torrington, Wyoming to Colorado Springs, Colorado to come and investigate at our home haunt. Jason's a member at the Knights of Pythias, and we put those invitations out and they came up here and we had a little spread for them and they got to wander the place and investigate. And it was about us making contacts and meeting the people
Yeah.
that are in our area that we can do stuff with,
Yeah, like we
And
don't
if you're
have
if
to
you're
compete,
douchey, then we don't want to be around you.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but if you can meet more people that are trying to learn something, you might learn something from them too, and you can just share
Yes.
information.
and that was it.
And
That
that's
was
the
it.
world.
Yep.
We told everyone as they
Yep.
came in, don't hang out with your team, just your team.
Mingle.
Like there's
Yep.
all these teams here. Gather, get up with another team, do whatever. You can learn something. We can learn something. Everyone can learn something new from someone.
And it started out being kind of, cliquish, right? All the teams, but by the
Sure.
end of the night, because God, we started at 3 p.m. and went till 1, 2 a.m.
We did it was about 12 hours.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And by the end of the night, like all the teams are crammed in together in this one room doing like a spirit box session. And, they're explaining some equipment that people haven't seen yet, and they just happen to pick it up online. And, it was so cool to be able to experience that.
Yeah,
That's great.
And I think it's one of those things too, where Matt Rife getting the museum and I'm not going to call it drama with the Conjuring House, but like the paranormal world, it seems like it's getting even bigger. And there's room for everyone to do their own thing, pick their lane, or if you're like us, take the whole highway and just, but be yourself and don't be afraid of people, naysayers or negative people. Like if this is something you care about and love, there should be no one in the interwebs or anything out there telling you your tactics suck or your food sucks or your approach sucks. Like, hey, we're out here doing it. Come meet us on the road.
Come do it.
Yeah,
right.
You won't, but
Yep.
Yep.
And that's fine because people like that out themselves, right? And then you can choose where to spend your energy on. So
we just put Ty on him. He goes after him on social media. It's awesome.
There you go.
The two of you are vicious. I come from the South where it's bless your heart. Right. I'm just super kind with everybody.
Yeah,
that's why I have these two guys.
We go straight in with the fuck you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The bless your heart is a very underrated cut that goes.
It's a dagger
deep with a lot of people.
It hurts more because you can say it with a smile.
Exactly. Yep.
It's like you just called me a Beba. Like, man, you just called me an old woman.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yep. You get that little southern twang between, with it, man. Oh my God, it's sharp. Yep.
This has been great, guys. Thank you so much again. The horns, thank you for
horns.
being over here and throwing some stuff out for us. I'm sure these guys can't wait to meet up with you out there in Massachusetts, and we'll be looking forward to seeing some stuff.
Yeah, can't wait to see you guys' episodes. So we'll keep an eye out for them. We'll share them.
Yeah. And we'll come out your way too and do stuff with you guys.
As soon as Ty has a few more grays because he's doing all the hard work.
Yeah. I was fully dark a year ago.
Well, we'll make it easy on y'all to come out.
You should see his pubic hair.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't yet.
I know what you're thinking.
Shaved.
Is it a heart?
Yes. Looks like a corgi's asshole.
I was going to say a tasteful landing strip, right?
When he's hard, it looks like a REM pod going on.
Red rocket. Sorry, folks.
I painted each ball a different color.
Yeah. On that note, I apologize.
Holy shit.
That went off the rails.
We're going to throw you guys in the green room. We're going to finish up the show, and then we'll come chat with you again real quick.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it was great meeting you all. Thanks a lot.
You too, guys.
Oh, my goodness. We got to get to an event. Those guys are going to be awesome. They're going to go far in this field and do stuff. It's and their events are going to be great. You can already tell.
Yeah,
Kim
like
and
we
Scott.
said before, I love seeing people that have fun with this stuff, man. Like they said, you can deal with some dark stuff, right? That can creep in, but you don't have to take yourself too seriously. And that's one thing I love about you guys is we have some damn fun when we go out, man. We're laughing, we're joking, taking shots at each other. I've got some good ones of you on this episode I'm editing right now, so they're gonna, yep. We got a couple with you, but we all share the load. So it's your turn.
Kim and Scott, I hope you have fun with these guys, and we love seeing the stuff that you're doing collabs with them and can't wait to see more.
Yeah, and everyone just make sure to go check them out, brewsboozebarbecue.com. Keep an eye out for their episodes, the book boxes that they're doing. I'm going to look into grabbing one too. I love those kind of things. So I'll be checking out what they have for that. But check them out. Keep an eye out for their episodes. I get the feeling they're going to be funny as hell and really good.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks all. See you next week. Unraveling the Darkness would like to thank Horn Paranormal Research for sponsoring our show. If you're craving more paranormal content, don't forget to check out our YouTube and Facebook channels at Way Out West Paranormal and Unraveling the Darkness. You can catch all of our episodes of Unraveling the Darkness on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe as it helps others find the show and join in on the paranormal fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, keep your lights on, stay safe, and remember, the truth is out there, and it might just be closer than you think.